Yo, what's good? You tuning to What's Your Next Phase podcast. Got a special guest in the building today.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay Sims, Justin Sims. I am Mr. Mentor.
What's good?
Glad to be here, boss.
I am Mr. Mentor. What's
Yes,
good,
sir.
man? How you come about that name? Mentor. I am Mr. Mentor.
Hey,
What that mean?
I think the name found me for real. One of my mentors actually gave it to me that I was working with in Birmingham. Shout out to Marcus Carson with Growing Kings. I was doing some local work with him over in the city. You know, you are a mentor.
Yeah.
Backdrop on me, man. I came up in mentoring programs as a kid, so
Okay.
I grew up in the church, Southern Baptist or whatever, and my mom got me into a situation.
Okay.
Was teen focused when I was a little boy. So it was a
Okay.
great mentoring program. Then I ended up getting another mentoring program when I got in high school,
Okay.
when I needed another level of it. And it's always levels. I think we run from, I call myself Mr. Mentor so other people can think about that more. We always run from it, I think we've grown, but every level that I've always went to, I've had mentors. So when I went to college, I was in a mentoring program. And now as an adult, you know, I still look for mentoring programs with higher businesses that I'm trying to do with anything I'm doing, just looking to be mentored. So I try to get that back to the people too, though.
Okay. What does it take to become a mentor? How does one feel he should be able to mentor somebody?
That's a great question, man. I think a lot of people calling themselves mentors now or calling themselves life coaches, counselors, teachers. You know, I'm even light with calling myself into that stuff. A lot of people call me that.
Okay.
I've had a person call me a pastor. I've been called a counselor. I've been called a ministry. I've been someone's told me I had a ministry. So I walk light with saying all that just because people have a knowledge or a passion for it. I think it takes more than that.
Yeah.
You know, I think it takes a lot of time before you become that expert level. So as I said, man, I've been getting mentored since I was on a structured program since I was 11 years old. By the time I was 14, I was mentoring people who were 15, 16, 17 years old, keeping them in programs that they were trying to get out of.
Yeah.
Because of my rearing, how I was brought up. So my mentors actually, other people saw the leadership in me and they pulled it out of me. So I think it finds you. I think it finds you. But you know, again, I say, man, everyone just puts, hey, I'm this or I'm that.
Yeah.
I think we need to put more time in before we just jump out.
Yeah. I agree with that because I think most people, you know, call themselves mentors, but it's always like the blind leading the blind.
Just the blind leading the blind.
You know what I'm saying? So
even with myself, man, like I get mad at myself. So I know I appreciate y'all. All my friends get mad and get on me about stuff, but I'm hesitant to say stuff, even though I've had so many I've had so many examples, so many ups and downs, so many rounds that happen with life, and a lot of blows that a lot of people don't know that I take with life. But I'm real transparent about it. But you got people who ain't been through nothing that say, hey, I'm your mentor.
Yeah.
I see business coaches who never started a business before. It's like, how are you going to be an entrepreneur or coach and you don't have your own business? And it baffles me.
Yeah.
You know? So we're going to continue to grow, man, as a people. I think we all need to get better as a people and watch and not try to con others or not just look for the dollar, but look for the greater good and make sure we are imputing knowledge. That's what I said. I've been imputing knowledge into other people. I did it for free. I did it as a job, as a career. And now I'm back doing it, just giving it again. So I live it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a hobby for me. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. I remember I first met you. We met in college. It's like you always had that mindset of, you know what I'm saying? You was always kind of ahead of your time. You know what I'm saying? Like way ahead of your age. You was always getting it, grinding. And you've been in the room, like I always tell you all the time, you've been in the room with some of the biggest people. You know what I'm saying? But you really don't show it or you really don't tell it. You know what I'm saying? But you just really always had that entrepreneur mindset. Really inspired me, you know what I'm saying, to get on my entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate y'all always bringing that up, man. And I appreciate you for picking up on a lot of seeds. Because we talked about it the other day, man. I'm hard. A lot of folks know, man. My inner circle, I don't date like that real heavy. A lot of people, and I watch my friend circle like that because I know how hard I am. You know, my dad was a drill sergeant in the Marine in the 70s. You know, so I come from a different lifestyle. I end up. You know, another thing, my mom died when I was 12, so one thing that I couldn't even figure out, and I didn't even understand and hit, because I had a lot of traumatic experiences in the home with my grandmother, but I didn't understand until I got grown. I was like, damn, my grandmama lost her child. You feel me? Well, she lost her child, but then she got to take care of me too. So she was going through a lot of stuff that I didn't really pick up on. So all that stuff, you got to think, man, I had a older mother growing up, and I had grandparents that I was with. I still had a father figure who was my life was in and out. Yeah. All my uncles were military, so it was a lot of pressure. Yeah. I saw it was a lot of pressure, but I saw a lot of negative, man. I got a lot of my people, a lot of my family members in prison. A lot of folks. I saw a lot of good. Just like you said, I've been in the room with some of the biggest people. I sat on the seat with Laura Bush while she was the first lady, just like me and you sitting right here. So I seen all sides. Yeah. So I feel like I know what it takes a lot more than others. So I'm trying to get better with giving it back to the folks, giving it to the people who need it and who want it. You'll get burnt out quick. Just giving information all the time and people don't really want it. I want to make sure people can be a sponge and really ready. That's what I'm learning too. Give it to people when they're ready to receive. Yeah, because sometimes people are not in the position to receive it yet. You know what I'm saying? But they always want the information, but you ain't even did the first things you need to do yet. It's a game. It's a psychology. Me calling myself Iammrmentor, I had to explain to someone. So you follow me, guys. If you don't follow me right now, I'm on social media platforms. Justin Sims on Facebook. But definitely on Twitter, Instagram. Yeah. I'm even talking about doing this TikTok thing. But I am Mr. Mentor. I had to tell someone else, like, you mentor kids? Yeah. Ain't no kids following me on my Instagram. The gems that I'm dropping, the information I'm dropping them for them. Yeah. My kids that I mentor now, my youngest kid, 18 years old. Yeah. I'm 31. Yeah. Let's talk about that. How important is it for, some people like us or our caliber, or people just in general, to mentor the youth, where the youth are at right now? It's huge, especially for black men. I think, even with myself, even with me being mentored, I saw the other side. Like I saw the 40-year-old plus people. I rarely saw 30-year-olds. Yeah. So I don't even have an ideal or a concept in my mind what 30s look like. I don't think a lot of people even realize they don't. A lot of us, you got a lot of folks who think they feel like they're going to die before 30, 25, 21. I don't know where is that in whoever's head, but subconsciously as black men, most of us do feel like that. Yeah. If you remember 24, 25, I was going through a lot of stuff at that point, man. I used to tell people, especially with me seeing a mother pass before 50, I used to tell people I'm going through my midlife crisis. And meant it. You know what I'm saying? So I was talking to one of my partners the other day. He said, hey, bro, I'm not gonna say what age, but and we're around the age. Like, I feel like my whole life, I feel like it's about that time. Yeah, I'm within the years. Talk to some other buddies who doing good for themselves too. Like, I ain't think I'll go past 25. It ain't necessarily we were thugging or we were doing nothing bad or nothing, but that's just what it is. But I think that's just the mentality of like our product of our environment. Product of the environment. Yeah, because we come from people don't know we come from Mobile, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's a lot of people and a lot of youth that's still stuck in that mindset, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel like there's no way out. You know what I'm saying? No way out. Absolutely, man. The penitentiary mindset is out there, even for, it's hard for people to understand it, but it's out there, even for the people who we feel like might be your squares, or for you feel like who might be your college folks. It's college people who got it bad, just as bad as the people who never got it out. I got some friends who, what I felt like might have never got out, who doing way better than some of the people who went to school. So life is life, and the ills and the bullshits of life will follow you anywhere if you allow it. Yeah. But me and wife was talking earlier, she said something about the crowd or what you follow. I say that a lot about my clubhouse, but it's across all platforms. Yeah. What are you following? What are you watching? What are you allowing in? And that kind of help with your outcome. Your income goes the outcome. So we don't think about what we're taking in on the medium side. And we're always on the social side. We're always doing whatever. You got TV throwing crazy stuff at us, radio throwing straight crazy stuff, the world. And we just take all this stuff in and then we react. With everything we're taking in not positive. So we take in a little more positive. We'll get there. Okay. That's what's up. And like you said, man, that's definitely right. You know, so we have to
come to a point of our life when we like gotta cut out the BS. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. And people don't have somebody to follow, and that's why it's good to always have a mentor. You know what I'm saying? That's like, right for you.
People don't like the issue I'm seeing now, even with the 25, 26, 27.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't like accountability.
Yeah.
Whether it be from your significant other, whether it be from your parents, whether it be from a mentor. And now we in the show me world, where folks so damn stupid. Yeah. You got people, you got finessers. So people show you anything they want to show you on social media. Y'all be careful about, hey, this person look good, this person flash. They flashing because they're selling. They're selling dream. They're selling you the dream, and they don't even have it yet. They're attaining the dream off selling the dream, and it's again, it's sad.
It's not even a dream. They're selling you a finesse.
They're selling you a finesse. It's sad, man. It's people married to these false ideals, and it happens not only with products. It's happening in people's love life. It's happening in people's friendships. It's happening across the board. It's like we really, as a people, we gotta wake up and really start. Man, it's amazing. Just 2020 was so funny to me, just seeing how people were distraught or how people, be like, feelings get hurt because they find out certain things going on. Where it's like, where have you been? Yeah, it's like, where have you been?
And a lot of people came, in 2020 had to face themselves. You know what I'm saying? They had to really just face themselves when it came to life, and sometimes like. I was watching this movie and this man said, we run into our most problems when we're unable to face ourselves. A lot of people can't be in the room with themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't be in their thoughts.
Let me tell you something, Cam.
Yeah.
I'm a traveler.
Yeah.
Or I don't even, and that's another thing, everybody call themselves travelers. I got some stamps, but I don't even consider myself a traveler's traveler. I'm a traveler, but I ain't no real traveler yet.
But you're going to get there.
I'm working on it. I'm past most people, but I'm working on it. I know people who really travel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know people who's in a different country every month. They might be 2 countries. Yeah. So or live overseas. So that's what I consider a real traveler. But with what you just said, a lot of people had to face themselves. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, Sunil. She definitely. I got to get you guys her at. She's doing a great thing, helping the people budget. She's paid off all of her money, her student loan. She paid over $50,000 in 1 year. We had this conversation in Mexico, though, and I told her, it was like, it's odd to me if you look up, you see how many people saying, I want to travel. Yeah. Take me back. I just need a beach. Yeah. Bro, 10 years ago, as a people, I won't say 10, because when we got to college, people was 15 plus years ago, you weren't at the beach every week. Yeah. You weren't at the beach probably maybe once a year, twice a year. Yeah. So you just not getting introduced to this. Yeah. How is this killing your... Now, I'm not talking about flight attendants or people who work in the industry or your social media influencers who are real travelers. I'm talking about your everyday Joes. Yeah. Take me back. I'm longing for a beach. I got to be somewhere. Yeah. How do we get to this point of you can't stand yourself that much to... They told us to sit down for a few months. Yeah. They ain't telling us to sit down for 2-3 years. They told us it's people who doing jail bids, 10 plus years, 20 years. Yeah. They can't go nowhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're free to do whatever we want to do, but it's people who saying I'm having issues right now because I can't go nowhere. What's wrong with me? Why can't I? What's wrong with you as a person? Or you just can't sit and take whatever going on? And I think as a society, nobody's holding us accountable. Nobody's real enough to speak out and say this. Yeah. It's like, face yourself. You can't. And I'm like that too, man. I'm antsy or moving around a lot, and I'm not like, these problems gonna follow us no matter where we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to move to Atlanta. Yeah. Whatever problems you had in Alabama, whatever problems you had in North Carolina, they come to Atlanta with you. Yeah, even when you come to your relationship too. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's most people, they single and they find themselves like, why am I single? Because God wants you to work on some stuff you ain't even worked on yet. On yourself yet. Yeah. So I had a young lady tell me that I had a girl and I didn't understand that because old me was a chaser. I used to chase women hard. Chase. This girl told me, she's like, bro, you need to heal. She's like, you can't jump from relationship to relationship. Yeah. So many people do that. Think about how many people really just do that. Relationship.
Every time you see them, they're in a new relationship.
Do you know yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to ask yourself as a person, like,
Yeah.
do you know who you are outside of being in a relationship?
Yeah.
And
And some people don't. And I have homeboys, you know what I'm saying, these relationships, and that's where it comes, you know, back to who you have a child with. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of people, a lot of friends I talk to now that's going back and forth, you know, with baby mamas in court. And you got to understand, like, you have to be careful where you plant the seed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's be real, Cam.
Yeah.
You know, I'm open and honest with you guys, and I'm trying to get better with being more candid on platforms like this. So I'm going to be candid with you guys.
Yeah.
But, as black men, as young men, we don't have sexual discipline.
Yeah.
And we land with anything.
Yeah.
We're effing anybody.
Yeah.
And these new chicks, because it was us back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It was me. I was one. We weren't strapping up like that. Or want to. These new chicks now, they look at you crazy. You married, I know you got the look for real. You know, they don't want the gym. They don't want you to wear nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's cats who messing around. You getting into something, whatever. You trying to be cautious a little bit early, but you ended up you slipping up, and you get somebody pregnant who you don't know.
It happens a lot.
It happened a lot. Think about how many people I told a few of my partners that I was like, how many of y'all in one night stands that end up in relationships, and then these relationships end up being put into ultimatums like, hey, I'm finna cut this sex off, or you gonna marry me. Or before I get to that point, I'm gonna cut this sex off, or we and you gonna be in a relationship. And so many people look up, and you look back at it like, this the chick y'all was plotting on and laughing at back in the day, but you got so caught up in the situation. Yeah. You get me? Yeah. You don't know if you really love the young lady or not. You didn't take that time to build that foundation. You just jumped in for the sex, and she trapped you because of that. Yeah. And a lot of young men don't really realize that, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? I see these posts now, and it starting to make sense now. They see folks date people you like. A lot of cats not dating women they like. But they go back to them too, not knowing that we don't know who we are as a man.
It's not even dating what they like. They're dating the idea of what they think people like.
Woo! Dating what they homeboy like.
Yeah. You date, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people miss having a good relationship with somebody because they like, nah, she ain't bad enough. Everybody ain't checking for her. But that's the person you want. Everybody checking. That's the person that's gonna help you and be the woman that needs to be behind you and push you to be a better man. You know what I'm saying? And it goes vice versa too for women too. You know what I'm saying? You don't like this man because he ain't got the, you know what I'm saying, the status. And I think I'll have this conversation with my wife. Like, most women say they want a good man. You know what I'm saying? But I use this
having analogy. A good man is tough.
A lot of women would choose Stefan over Urkel.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
If we go down, in, you know what I'm saying, that analogy or whatever. Yeah. Because they always say they want a good dude, but then they get a good dude, and it's like, nah, he too masculine. He showed too much emotion. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then they get the guy that's cheating on him.
Too controlling, maybe. Yeah, it might be too controlling. He care too much. He doing too much.
You know what I'm saying?
It's sad, man, but in a lot of good dudes, I be saying, you know, they get called corny. Or they cheesy. He too cheesy or something like that. Yeah. See a lot of guys really trying to do good and be the good guy for a woman, and they're not getting anywhere. Yeah. But like I said, man, I've been on both sides. I've been the good guy and the bad guy. Like they, you know, they want the bad guy sometimes. And just like you said too, man, some guys, myself included, you know, we want the bad or whatever. And it took me a while to figure that out too. You're not, you know, it's a price to pay. Mm. It's a price to pay for the women and the men. For, you know, that 6 foot guy, 6 figure. Hey man, it's something you're gonna have to deal with.
It's a lot that come with it.
It's a lot that come with that. Yeah. It's a lot that come with that.
And most men don't even want a woman that always need somebody to take care of them. They want to see your drive too. You know what I'm saying? I want to see
a real man, dude.
Yeah, they want to see what drive, not somebody I gotta always take care of. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to take care of your queens, and I get that. And ladies, take care of your man, but at the same time, you gotta have you gotta match the same drive as your partner.
Yeah, you know, I like boss women, but I saw this girl post, man. She be tearing these folks up in Alabama. Yeah. She was like, You know, how you got your wife going half on something, then you know she doing had all the work at the house. Well, fellas, y'all stop being sorry, man. You get you a good woman, please cherish that, cause I'm telling you, I've been out here for
just like the lady you was just talking about that paid the student loans off, and I can say that I'm one of the people too. A lot of people waiting like, oh man, I'm waiting on the president. Hopefully he cancel the $50,000 student loan, but you can get out there and grind, pay your own stuff up. Man, and I'm like that too. You know, I'm like, sure, I hope he, you know what I'm saying, but then again, I'm on the other side, like, I'm grinding because I can pay my own. You know what I'm saying? I don't always want a handout.
The respect level is so different for people who go the extra mile for themselves. Yeah. The people who put themselves out. The people who frontline about their issues and hitting it head on. Yeah. The respect level, for me personally, it's so much. It's so much more. And the respect level of people who people are always watching. So folks be like, man, it's the man against me. I don't have no help. You ain't ready. A lot of people be like, they want loans or they want, you know what I'm saying, people to invest in their business. They really don't want that. Yeah. It comes with something. Even these people, a lot of people with non-profits say, oh, I want a grant. Yeah. That comes with a certain level of accountability that everyone isn't ready for. Yeah.
And a lot of people that test this platform and just come on this podcast are entrepreneurs. And I want to show you, you know what I'm saying, everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur.
Everybody not meant for it.
They're not meant, so you come here and you see people's story before you can go down this avenue.
Even on the creative side. You got a lot of people, I want to do a blog, I want to do a podcast. Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Or you see all of this, that's a lot.
And it is a lot, because I've gotten into it, but you got to remember, I had this stuff, everything I wanted to start, this was almost probably like August. And now I'm getting ready to drop, but it took a lot of planning and a lot of, thinking before I even.
September, October, November, December, January, February, that's 6 months. Somebody gonna see him and just feel like he overnight. He did this overnight.
This is grinding. You gotta watch. You gotta see, because everybody puts out a podcast. A lot of people put out information. A lot of people mislead you. And one thing about me, I don't want to mislead anybody. You know what I'm saying? This is real. I want people to be authentic, be them authentic selves. You know what I'm saying? So even when people come on here, I like to keep it natural. They're like, what are we gonna talk about? I want you to tell me, well, some topics that you want to discuss, but then again, I want to keep it authentic. You know what I'm saying? Let you
asked me earlier about mentoring. That's where the truth comes in. Yeah. With that, wanting to be the authentic, wanting to put in the time, and not wanting to mess nobody else up. Yeah. A lot of people just, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out just because they need to help out. Like, no, let me make sure I got this thing right. Yeah.
And everything, when you do something and you go into something that you're trying to become, this right here was out of my comfort zone. I just did. This was just something like, I know I have a lot of information, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, bro, you don't talk enough. You really have a lot of information. So this was something I was like, you know what? I'm going to step out my comfort zone. I'm going to just do this. I have a plan. And, this is 6 months of planning. How I want to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So
you did your thing. A lot of people sat on their hands. And I don't care. I'm mentally strong. And my whole ideal and goal is to push others to be more mentally strong. So I had a great start of 2020. Yeah. My dad had started getting sick. My dad had been sick the last 3 or 4 years. But, even at the end, he died toward the end. It wasn't COVID related or anything like that. Yeah. What I'm saying all this to say, like, well, why did he just say congratulations on you? And folks sat on their hands during that time period. There's a lot of people who took 2020 who was off. A lot of people just kind of took advantage of these loans they got. A lot of people just took the unemployment money. Again, pandemic or not, if this didn't, you got COVID. So I commend you, brother.
I had it.
You had it. You know what I'm saying? There's people talking about, well, I got a family member who died. I got this person. I lost a job. Man, you got a family. You got COVID.
And I haven't even, I haven't even told that story. But that was like one of the most.
I apologize if I brought
that up.
I don't know.
No, you good. I'm glad you brought it up, because it is something that I need to talk about.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm going up on my prices, being persistent is key. I know some of you won't like this, but this shit here is for me. I'm doubling up on my reps, which makes you different from D. I let you in on my light, the realest shit you can see. Do not give up on your passion, well that's just coming from me. I guess y'all tables have turned, my tables ran out of seats. Change your direction in life, and go see what you could be. Ain't letting up on you.